Hi, my name is Mike Mazzara. This is the Spirituality Video Reflection. Question number 1. What type of spirituality tools are you using to help cope? So, when I feel like I have breathed the same diatomic molecules of oxygen for 20 times from being stuck inside for so long, I like to decompress and escape my man-made cave by going for a drive with my girlfriend, either along the shore or just wherever the road takes us. Another tool I use is personal growth. I have learned that nothing makes me feel better than being proud of myself, so I choose to work out regularly. I do HIIT or HIIT style workouts where it's high intensity, short interval, and then throughout the day I kind of get a pump and I kind of do like a 20-minute workout whenever I feel the need, whenever my body's like, do it. So I do that, and then that increases my heart rate, makes me feel physically healthier, makes me feel mentally healthier, and with the ability to get outside, I've just been able to feel whole on the inside. It's been really, really healthy. What are a couple things that I've learned about myself? So I've learned that I don't really need people in my life to sustain life, but I've learned that without people, or even just without seeing different faces, it's quite bland, and it's kind of depressing. I've learned that I can do a lot of things from within my own house, like shopping. I can buy a car. I've been car shopping right now. I can do school. It's possible, but I'm reluctant to do those things when I'm stuck in the cave, and when it's just the same environment that never changes. It's kind of difficult, and I do need a human connection. That is something that I have learned, whether it's just a little brief moment or whether it's like a minute. I need just to see someone. So I've started to talk to random people at stores. My girlfriend and I struck up a conversation with one of the Target associates. Random person, didn't know him, but we had a great conversation. I am going insane. I have learned that. I found that I talk to myself sometimes when I'm alone in my room, and I laugh, and I have a full conversation, and it kind of scares me. About my spiritual practice, I've noticed that I need time to tune in with my body and my spiritual health and my mental health. So I take mental breaks, and that's something that not a lot of men are encouraged to do, or that's even recognized when they do it. But I've been not sad, but noticing being sad more often since I've been by myself and able to like examine myself more often. And so just taking breaks by either exercising or a walk or just, honestly, TV helps sometimes when I'm just trapped in my head. Being able to just externally focus on something is kind of nice. So what can I take away from this experience and incorporate into my future nursing practice? So I've learned that each person needs direct attention and care. I cannot see them as a body needing care as if they were a chore. I need to see them as a human and someone who is not getting their needs fulfilled. I need to pay attention and foster solid relationships with my patients and ensure a mental and physically healthy stay at the hospital. That will help with recovery in the hospital and help with them recovering outside of the hospital and maintaining a healthy body, which would then keep them out of the hospital, which is the goal. Even though we make money off of them in the hospital, we don't want them in the hospital. How will this experience influence my work with individuals and their families when faced with short-term and long-term stressful situations? So I will encourage families to stay connected and involved on a personal level with the individual. I will point out that right now the scariest thing is being alone for the person in the bed. If they're just alone in the hospital bed and no one appears to care about them, which is kind of what the Joshua case study brought to light for me, is that poor boy was just stuck all alone. It felt like no one that was on his team, and that's why I felt the nurse's duty was to give him the correct information. I know this is off topic, but it's like if your friends aren't showing up, if your family's not telling you the correct information, if your family's not even showing up, then it could feel like you don't have anything to live for, and that's depressing in and of itself. Not to mention he was terminally ill with cancer, which is depressing, but just the depressing fact of any condition that you're in the hospital for that could be life-altering. I had knee surgery twice, and I know that the future can be very scary, and it is unknown. It is completely unknown. They can tell you stories about what other people have been through. They can tell you that, they can bring someone and be like, look at him, he's good now, he can walk, he can do whatever, but it's like, you don't know if that's going to be you, because you could be the person that's stuck in the wheelchair. Or he may be fine now, and you may be like, okay, I'll get there, and you do get there. But then a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, all of a sudden you have arthritis in your knee, or the kid, maybe he gets out of the hospital like he did, but then Joshua went back in for cancer. It's just these short-term and long-term situations are always stressful, and just having someone there that cares about them, whether that's a nurse, a CNA, a doctor, or hopefully the family or a friend, you need that connection. And so I would encourage that someone is there and loves them and shows that they care, and I will respect that the family give as much support as possible, or I will request that the family give as much support as possible, because it's beneficial to all parties, including the care team. Thanks.